Before Valorant, I played Fortnite, and yeah, that's it. Before Fortnite, I didn't even have a PC. So compared to other people, I'm pretty new to FPS titles. But I've been playing Valorant religiously for about 2 years, and I've learned a lot ever since. I've been on countless teams, played in countless tourneys, scrimmed constantly, I played in LANs as well, and I hit Immortal 3 act after act. So it's safe to say that I have a decent amount of experience. But what if I had to do it all again? How would I go about learning everything I know now, but more efficiently? So in this video, we'll be talking about how I would learn Valorant if I had to start over. So let's get started. But before we do start, if you are new to Valorant, I highly recommend you check out our website. We have courses and guides for beginners and veterans alike, and can help you rank up and learn how to play Valorant as efficiently as possible. If I had to start over, I honestly would hit up our website at SkillCapped.com. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I'm a Sentinel main, and I started with Cypher. I would spend countless hours looking up setup videos, one-way cages, crazy camera spots, but I really never focused on my raw mechanics and fundamentals. Look at this clip from one of my old streams and just focus on how I'm moving my mouse. It's horrible.
Imagine you actually won this.
Don't have to imagine it, baby.
If you win this, we'll give you an extra game.
I have retrieved the spike.
That is too funny, bro.
That momentum was so funny.
This obsession with setups created awful habits in my playstyles. What would happen is that I would have these crazy setups that I would use as a crutch to win me rounds. Sort of how like Killjoy mains usually rely on their turret to swing off of and get free picks. So if the enemy team didn't go into my setup, oh well, I was basically useless. Or if the enemy team had a Raze or Skye or Sova, I would just lose. Raze would blast pack across sight, Skye would use her Trailblazer, or Sova would just use a shock darts, and all of these things would just ruin my setups. I was so in love with these nerdy traps that I never learned how to actually play the game. Here, let me explain it a bit better. So learning how to play Valorant is sort of like building a house. Every well-built house needs a good foundation. Without one, the house is just gonna collapse. The foundation in this game would be things like crosshair placement and movement. I mean, you could debate some other things, but I believe with mastery of those two fundamentals, you can go to almost any rank that you want. Now, once that you have a good foundation, you start to work on the frame of your house. This would include things like communication and game sense. Then, once you have that frame, you start adding things on like the roof, floor, and walls. These things would be like utility usage, map knowledge, or pathing, how to clutch. And there you go, now you have your house. It's big and sturdy, your fundamentals are solid, and now it's time to fill your house with stuff. But this is where your furniture goes. This is where those lineups and setups and agent knowledge comes in. But once you have a nice house, then you can fill it with whatever you want. Sova arrows from across the map? Yeah, sure. Viper snakebite lineups from 50 different spots? Yeah, go for it. Cypher cams that allow you to see from Haven to Bind? Yeah, go for it. My point here is that I wasted a lot of time filling my crappy house with a bunch of nice furniture. But you'll rank up faster and understand the game much quicker if you just focus on those things that I mentioned. Make sure you have a good foundation and base understanding of the game before you start worrying about the extras. So what is the best way to go about learning things like crosshair placement or game sense? Well, believe it or not, there are a ton of resources all around you. The problem is that people are too unaware or lazy to reach out to them. What I did when I first started was ask a complete random Radiant stranger to coach me, and I got lucky. My coach, now my friend to this day, his name is Snoopy, and he helped me get to where I am today. We queue sometimes and still talk on a regular basis, but not everyone is going to find their own Snoopy. And this is why I love my job at SkillCapped. And no, this isn't supposed to be an ad, but we do have courses, guides, and commentaries on literally anything that you need. And the website looks like it's a college class or course or something. It's professional. We have Radiant commentaries where Radiants literally explain their thought processes. We do viewer VOD reviews, individual coaching sessions, and we even have stuff for the little things like lineups or setups. Guys, I wouldn't be writing this script and talking to you guys right now if I didn't believe in this service. What I'm saying is that there are resources all around you, sort of like your schools, universities, but it's up to you to take advantage of them. So if I had to start over, I would figure out what fundamental skills that I needed, look for resources and how to train those as efficiently as possible, then build my house as well as I can. Okay, so now that we got our goals straight, we now have some more straightening up to do. Find some new friends. Yep, I said it. When I was a gold player, I had this friend group that I met online that I would play with on a nightly basis. But the issue with that is that none of them wanted to improve. We would all just play for fun, which isn't a bad thing, don't get me wrong. But if you're watching the videos on our channel, then I'm assuming that you want to get better. You need to surround yourself with people who have the same goals as you. If you want to play for fun, then play for fun. But if you want to play to improve, then play to improve. Snoopy, my coach, he used to tell me that I needed to ditch my old friend group if I wanted to get better. They just didn't share the same goals as me. They had careers that they wanted to pursue, and I wanted to make something out of playing this game that I'm passionate about. So when you do decide to make new friends, you'll be helping yourself out a ton if they're better than you. You don't just want to ditch your old friend group. You want to surround yourself with people who already hit that rank that you want to hit, or one trick set agent that you want to master. Here, listen to this clip from Gary Vee, a very successful social entrepreneur.
Here's a big one. If you're not feeling it, find new friends. I'm being dead serious about this. This one is real big for me. Like, it's unbelievable what happened to me when I got into the Silicon Valley world and started meeting like Mark Zuckerberg and like Ev Williams and Sak and like Travis. Like, it changed my life. This town, actually, it's fun for me to tell this story here. South by Southwest 2007 changed my life because I hung out. I forced myself to go to a Web 2.0, which later became social media, the current state of the internet conference, South by Southwest. And I was looking at all these kids, and by the way, this is when tech wasn't cool, straight fucking nerds, but they were trying to change shit. They weren't here for kicks and giggles. They weren't here to hook up. They were here to like change the world. And it was the biggest impact of my career, and it's something I think a lot about now. So anyway, real practical. If you feel motivated by this conversation or you're intrigued by it, add one new winner friend. Like, you know what I mean? Add 100%. One new winner friend and cut one loser friend. Go home, cut your loserest loser friend and go find a winner friend. Go somewhere, like go to meetup.com, go to a Facebook group, join some shit, DM the 800 people that you think make sure they're not bullshitting, they're like doing what you want, and just make one new friend.
So if you really want to get better at Valorant, surround yourself with like-minded people. Now, if you've seen other guides that I've written for our channel, you'll know how much I can't stand apps and websites like tracker.gg or blitz.gg or whatever. For those of you who don't know, these two applications show you everything you need to know about your teammates and opponents. Their KD, match history, headshot percentage, win percentage, their mother's maiden name, the name of their first dog. Like, I just hate the app. There's no point in knowing all of this information. I never used these websites when I started playing, but in a lot of VODs that I watch from you guys, a lot of you guys have this downloaded for some reason. Like, sure, it's nice to see your own stats every now and then, but people obsess over these meaningless numbers. Why do you care about your teammate's headshot percentage? Or why do you care about the enemy's win percentage? I will literally give the first person who catches a pro using these apps all the money in my bank account. A spoiler, none of them do. And I'm broke anyways, so it doesn't matter. No pro worries about stats, but rather how they can outplay their opponent. But lower ranked players will spend so much time, even their buy phases, talking about their stats. It just makes me sick. The only thing that you should be worrying about is how you're playing, how you can play better, how you can play the next round more efficiently, how you can outplay your opponent. Stuffing your head with all these useless numbers is dumb. You might see someone with a crazy headshot percentage and be like, oh my gosh, this guy is insane. And now you're already at a disadvantage. Or your teammate might have like a 40% win percentage and you're like, dude, I'm in loser's queue. I can't do this anymore. Now, before the game has even started, you're just tilted and at another disadvantage. I'm telling you, the sooner you get in the habit of just worrying about number one, yourself, the quicker you start seeing yourself improve. Now, finally, since this video is more for beginners, more than anyone else, my last tip is that you shouldn't get nervous. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's way easier said than done, but at the end of the day, you have to keep reminding yourself that ranked is just ranked. It's just a game, and if you're trying to learn, getting tilted and nervous or anxious, none of this will help you. There's no reason to have any of these emotions. At the end of the day, they are just pixels. And that's all for us. I'm Teets, and we here at SkillCapped want to thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.